afternoon, everybody. Thanks for taking a look at my weekend forecast with me. This is for April 8th through the 10th, and we're looking at kind of a gray weekend, unfortunately, although we'll be drying out compared to yesterday and certainly overnight last night, where we did get quite a bit of rain, although not as much rain as they got just to our west, thankfully, through the Catskills and things like that, where there was a bunch of flooding last night. So we thankfully avoided most of that, although it has been certainly quite wet. So let's take a look at what's going on in the overall picture here. This will set the stage very well for our weekend. First of all, you can see that for the most part, our showers are ending here across southern Vermont, as our area of low pressure that was formed along that kind of front that had run out ahead of what used to be a surface low pressure. This is sort of just a leftover trough across the upper Midwest now, has slid to our north and our east and is pushing out of the area. So in terms of precipitation for the day, it could be still a sprinkle or two very early this morning, but by the time you see this video even, it's unlikely that we're going to see any more rain today. As a matter of fact, I think we could see a peak or two of sun this afternoon. Not a lot of sun, mostly cloudy, but a few peaks of sun is definitely possible as we head throughout the day. In terms of temperatures, you can see we don't have a lot of real cold air around unless we get well up into northern Canada, although we have a lot of cool air around. Kind of actually pretty consistent temperatures. We got 40s all the way to the south, 40s all the way to the Gulf Coast, just about. That's cool, certainly there for this time of year. And then here we're actually a little above average for this morning, but our temperatures are basically going to stay where they are. And for the most part, all weekend, we're going to be in the 30s and 40s, kind of with the clouds around. As we move this area of upper level, trophy area of upper level low pressure over the top of us, we could spin up a bit of a surface low pressure again tomorrow, which will enhance showers into some steady light rain through the middle part of the day and the early afternoon. Not nearly as heavy as yesterday, but we could see some of that with this storm. And then finally, this really starts to swing through on Sunday, and we get into just a little bit of this cooler air, and we do have a chance to get a few flurries, although not a lot of flurries probably. And definitely we will see some sun on Sunday, but also some chance of an afternoon flurry or a sprinkle if you're at the lower elevations. So let's take a quick look at satellite imagery. You can see that very big swirl in the atmosphere. It's also not moving much, although really this has been stuck. It's not moving at all for the last 3 days. It is going to start to finally move here as the pattern gets a little unstuck, a little unblocked. Finally, we're in that time of year where blocked up patterns are quite consistent. Our cutoff lows are happen all the time, and so this one happened to happen here, and unfortunately, it's still going to take its time coming over the top of us, which is why we're going to be stuck in the kind of dreary weather that we are in for most of the day. In terms of at the upper levels, you can see, big trough and a big area of upper level low pressure here across the Great Lakes region, basically. And like I said, this is going to swing through over the weekend, which is going to keep us in not great weather, unfortunately, particularly. But let's take a look at the forecast here. This kind of tells the story. For today, decreasing clouds. When I say decreasing clouds, that doesn't mean we're going to get full sun. Unfortunately, my graphics have improved, but I don't have unlimited graphics, and I don't really have a great way to display best yet. Like it's going to be kind of cloudy this morning, and then a few peaks of sun in the afternoon. But the peaks of sun in the afternoon are going to be pretty in and out. So mostly cloudy all day, unfortunately. Highs at about 50 or so today. Overnight, I do think we clear out pretty good. There'll still be a few clouds around overnight, but we will clear out for the most part. Tomorrow, light rain. I think that most of that comes from late morning through early afternoon. Could be a sprinkle anytime all day, but the steady rain I think happens then. And the steady rain won't be heavy. We'll probably only pick up quarter-inch rain or so at the most, probably not even quite that much. We stay cloudy overnight on Saturday. Temperatures fall back into the mid-30s. Sunday, chilly, coolest day of the weekend. A few flurries around, like I said, as we get on the backside of that upper layer area of low pressure. We could see a few bright peaks of sun, though. So Sunday's a pretty nice day, really, although cool for this time of year, certainly. And then we're cloudy overnight into the morning on Monday with temperatures once again in the mid-30s. If we take a look at the highlights for the weekend forecast, dreary weather all weekend, unfortunately, for the most part. Mostly clouds. Clouds are going to be around most of the time. Rain has come to an end for this morning. A few peaks of sun today. That's Friday. Off and on showers Saturday, particularly steadier rain from, I would say, about 11 a.m. through 3 p.m. is when your best chance of that is. And then Sunday is the best outdoor day probably, but also the coldest. Today's not a bad outdoor day really either. But none of the days are going to be the kind of day where you want to get out and really enjoy spring-like weather. This is kind of like early spring, late winter kind of weather that we're getting right now. So that's what we're looking at. I will be back on Monday morning with an updated look at your, or not an updated, but a look at your work week forecast. If you have any questions, you can certainly message me on social media or reach out to me through email. And if you're interested in making sure you don't miss any of these videos, you should subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons who help support what I do here at the West River Weather Guide. They financially they make these graphics and things like that possible, and the costs associated with that they help cover. So appreciate their help, and we'll be back, like I said, on Monday morning with a look at your